Hey everybody, I hope I have you on here. I'm going to get you started and get you on my iPad. Make sure we've got the right view going on this cold. Yep, I gotcha. Alright, I just sent out a notice, so hopefully you'll hop on here and we will get started and get this going tonight. I know it's been a long time since I've been on here with you guys, but I'm here now. So we will get this going and we will get started. And I'm going to show you something different tonight, guys. We're going to try to do a different petal technique. First of all, I've been making these wreaths. If you've been following my page, you've seen the buffalo plaid. So you've seen this mesh. And actually, I have a wreath right behind me here. And this is the wreath I made today. I don't know if you can see it all. I got all this mesh already cut and ready for you guys. But we are going to make this, get this done. I'm going to show you how easy it is to do, how quickly it is to do. I'm really fond of this technique right now, and there's several reasons why. Okay, so let's just get started and get this tutorial going on. Now I'm going to show you, we're going to start with the middle, but we're only going to do one section of it first. I'm going to show you how I did this one, but I'm going to show you with the off-white rope because I think that this would be kind of hard to see from your camera just because it's black. So let's just get this started, and we're going to use that black center, but I'm going to show you how I get it started. I take one of these little 6-inch wreaths and frames, and I use it. You know what? I forgot to share this in Wreath Creators. Could somebody share it in Wreath Creators? I know a bunch of you are going to do that. If you're in my Christmas tree group, share it there. If you're in my flower trio tutorial group, there, and the marigold and apple blossom group. So if somebody could do that for me, thank you. Gina, I will talk louder tonight if that helps. Is this better? Just let me know in the comments. My ears have been clogged today or something. I don't know. I don't know if I'm not feeling good or what. But I just take this 6-inch wire wreath frame and I use this more as a guide for my center. And so basically what I did was I took it and I took my Sharpie and went around this layer, or this, not layer, this ring, and it's about 4.5 inches in diameter, and that's just kind of what I'm using right now. And I also took it, and we'll just show you what I mean here. I will take my Sharpie, and I have Sharpie stuff all over my hands tonight, and I just put my Sharpie up against it, so I'm not really right beside it, and I'm just going to mark my grid. And then I will cut that out and use that. So I have one already cut out. So I'm going to put this over here. And so I did the same thing with the plastic grid. And this is the stiffer of the grid for your center. And the only thing we're going to do right now is we're going to glue these layers together. So I'm going to take my glue gun here. Hey everybody, I can't see your comments yet because I'm paying attention to the glue gun. Thanks for hopping on. It's been a wonderful winter, let me tell you, here in Michigan, and I'm being facetious, of course, but all the kids had off of school today because we had ice and snow. So you're just going to take 2 layers of your felt, and you're going to glue it kind of like a sandwich, grilled cheese, whatever you want to call it. And hey everybody, thank you, Rebecca. So I just glued it. So the reason why I'm going to do this now is just to let that glue, you know, harden up for us. So we're going to put this to the side. This is not the color we're going to use on this wreath tonight because I have a black one already made. But I felt like the off-white ivory center would show up better in the camera. So that's why we're using this one. Okay, so let's get started. I am going to show you, we've got like a little bit of surface here to work with because I've got all this full of mesh, and I'm going to tell you how many you're going to need of everything, okay? So yes, you're going to laugh at me when you see this, but I'm using this to cut my mesh with tonight. It's just a little basket, and I only use the 10-inch mesh for the most part, and so I just put a wooden dowel through it, and that's how it holds my mesh together. This is the fabric mesh, and Trendy Tree and Craft Outlet. I have ordered this from both. You can use your wood burner. This is the tip I use. Can you see that tip? Can you see it? That's the tip I'm going to use, and I'm just going to cut this in 10-inch squares, 10 by 10. So I'm going to go down really slowly, and not all fabric mesh you can cut, okay? But this I can, so I'm going to do it. The stuff that I got from Joann's, I could not cut with a wood burner, but that's what I do. So I'm going to put that aside. I've just turned off my wood burner so that I don't forget later. So I'm going to just throw this to the side. All right. So my wood burner is does it have a name on it? I think it's like a walnut something. It's one I got at Hobby Lobby. I know they sell them on, yeah, Walnut Creek or something that you can see I've rubbed it off. So anyways, but you can get it at Hobby Lobby or Amazon. I'm going to move my glass here because you're just going to get a glare. So we're going to use a 10-inch frame tonight, and I use the same 10-inch frames. I get them from consumercrafts.com. I think right now they have a 20% off sale right now. I'm not really sure. Don't hold me to that. I'm going to move this so that it gets it out of the way. But, so don't hold me to that, okay? But I do think that they are. I'm going to get some of my 8-inch zip ties is what we're going to be using tonight. And so you're just going to take, so let me preface this. Okay, the first layer, we're going to do an outer layer, a middle layer, and an inside layer. And before we get there, I should have done this. I'm going to take a piece of plastic grid, and I'm just going to attach that to my frame, okay? So 10-inch wreath frame robin. So I'm just going to attach this because we're going to use this for the center layer of petals, and that's how you're going to attach your middle and all that good stuff. So, and does anybody know if, oh, what's that place called? Oh, I can't think of it now. It's like a tool place. Do they sell the wood burners? And I need to find my pliers because that will make this go a little bit easier. And I use these Titan pliers, and I love them. I've had them for probably 3 years off of Amazon. They cut through everything. I mean everything. So I'm just going to roll my zip ties the other way. So, okay, so we got that done. So, if you don't want to use the fabric mesh, you don't have to use it. You can just use a 10-inch roll of poly burlap, and you don't have to do what I'm doing tonight. But because I have an order, I wanted to, yes, Harbor Freight, thank you. I wanted to show you with the fabric mesh and get that done. So what you're going to do, we're going to start out with a curved piece, 10-inch by 10-inch poly burlap. And we're going to do our petal the same way that I would normally have you do it for a sunflower, okay? Now here is the difference. I'm going to put my 2 fingers here, and I'm going to bring them up. And when I bring them up, I'm going to put this one slightly over the other petal, okay? Now, you can do this any way you want. You don't have to do this a certain way. If you want it the opposite, this one laying over this one, like this, you know, you're still going to get the same look. This is just what I've set and what I've done. So what I do is I take the end like here, And I just put my zip tie through, not the last ring, but the next ring, okay? See which ring I'm doing? Okay? And I'm just going to lay it here, and I'm going to zip tie it. And I'm just going to leave that zip tie there because I'm not going to worry about that right now. I'm going to put another one right here. So I'm going to take my zip tie, I'm just going to lay it right there, and I'm going to form my petal like I normally do, and then I'm going to flip it over. I'm going to put my 2 fingers here with my thumb and my middle finger. I'm going to bring it up and have one petal over the other, okay? And then I'm going to grab it here, and then I'm going to lay it. I'm going to make sure that we have it about laying at the same distance here, okay? Because we want our petals to be about the same, all right? So what I'm going to do, yes, Kathy, Walmart has the wood burners as well. Now what I'm going to do is, because we're doing the fabric mesh with the poly burlap tonight, I'm going to put 2 here, 2 here, here, and here. Normally I would just keep going along and I would put it on this bracket, but I'm going to show you what we're going to do because we're using fabric mesh. If you're using the same color, what I would do is I would put 2 in the middle, 1 on the bracket, 2 in the middle, 1 on the bracket, 2 in the middle, and so forth, so that you're going to have 15 petals going around this 10-inch frame. Okay, so let's get started, and we're going to just keep going. And it really does, when you keep going, just the same thing. Flip it over, and then I'm going to just bring it together and lay it one petal over the other one and just zip tie it. Hi Debbie, hi Diana, it's so good to see everybody tonight. I'm sorry my voice already feels like it's going a little hoarse. I feel like I'm getting a sore throat. So what I will probably do is put this on YouTube. So if you're on YouTube and you're watching, hi, this is a Facebook Live, and I like to put things on my YouTube channel. So, and I'm almost at 10,000 subscribers on YouTube, guys. I'm pretty excited about that. Just neat. You know who it's neat for? It's neat for my kids. You know, when you have little kids and mommy has a YouTube channel and she has almost 10,000 subscribers, you know, there's not many moments that you can feel like you're a really big deal to your kids, but that's one of those moments where it's kind of cool. You know what I'm saying? Hi everybody, I'm so glad you're on here tonight. Just do a normal petal like we would normally do for a sunflower. I'm going to flip it over, put my 2 fingers here, and then I'm going to bring them up one petal over the other, and I'm going to grab it here, and then we're going to just zip tie it. All right. So if you, okay, so we're going to do, I have a picture on my wall here to remind me. We're going to use what I think 38 of these white petals, and we're going to need 18 of the fabric mesh petals. So this is going to take a little bit more. But let me tell you, I have probably made maybe 12 or 13 of these flowers in the last 2 weeks that have been sent out for orders. And when you get going, it doesn't take you long at all. You can make one of these in an hour easy. It does not take a long time at all. And you can watch your favorite show or do whatever and just put it together. As you can see, we almost have the first outer layer done. And I also like, let me tell you another reason why I like this flower is that I don't have a lot of, you know how when I do the sunflower and we have a lot of, we're fluffing it up? You don't have that with this one. Hi Ruth from Canada, it's nice to have you. You don't have that with this flower because the petals pretty much stay in place and that's where they're gonna stay. So I like it. So here's the last white one, just the plain white one we're gonna add. And in a few minutes when we get some of these out of the way, hopefully that'll help too. Okay, so you just make your petal, pull it up with one petal over the other, and you just lay your zip tie in here and just put it on. And then this is when I'm going to go through here and clip all my zip ties. Okay? Okay, so now, because I'm doing the fabric mesh, if I wasn't doing fabric mesh and I was just doing the same color, I would have already done, I just would have kept going and done the brackets on each one. But because we are going to do that, I'm just going to put my zip tie in all the spaces for me, so it just makes it a little bit easier. And it kind of holds the spots for you. So you're just going to take a piece of the poly burlap and your fabric mesh, and you're going to layer it. Now you're probably thinking, why are you layering it? You could just do the fabric mesh. You could. But what I like is that you see the pattern better, and I just feel like it's a more substantial petal. So I'm going to do the same thing. I've layered it. Now this is a little bit thicker, so I'm going to, you know, just kind of play around with it. Take my petal here, and I'm just going to attach it to the frame. And so the way that we did this, that way this is laying over top of both sides. So again, take a piece of fabric mesh and layer it with the poly burlap. And if you're getting on here and saying hi and I haven't seen you, I apologize, but I like to be quick. I like to get you guys in here and you're seeing how to make this wreath in real time, so that you can say, wow, if she can do it that fast, I can do it that fast. And you know what? After you make 10 or 13 of these, you can. So here we go. Let's turn it over here. Another piece, and really you can do anything. If you, you know, I think this might be nice just to do with a solid color fabric mesh would be pretty. I think you could do this with deco mesh, like a really pretty deco mesh, and layer it if you want. And you could even try it without doing what I'm doing. I just like the fact that it gives it, and I'm going to move some of these out. I like what it gives it some like bulkiness to it, I guess is a good way to put it. So, alrighty. So I do have at the top of this link, I have my craft group called Wreath Creators and More. If you haven't joined it, make sure you join it, and we'll get you on there. And then I also have my Etsy shop link, and I have that because I do have other tutorials that I do sell, and I have private groups for those. Now see how I have that? I'm going to pull that out. And a lot of people like to buy those tutorials, and they're just kind of my premium wreaths. So if you want to go check out my Etsy shop, it's right there. Let me tell you another reason why I like this wreath. So when I make this wreath is not a very, it's got about maybe 5 inches of depth, maybe 4.5, which I like it. Thank you, Michelle. Michelle from A Noble Touch is on. Hey, girlfriend. I sent you something today, so watch for it in the mail. Get some more zip ties here. And see, I'm going to show you where I'm putting the zip tie. Okay? It's on this wire in this bar, the crossbar. And now I forgot what I was telling you guys. Oh my goodness. Been a day. Let me tell you, it's been a day. All right, well, when I think of it, I'll let you know what it is. Oh, why I like this wreath. That's right. Let's see. Bonnie said, if you are using a hot pink and hot pink plaid, you would use the solid pink. Yes, under the plaid. Yes. When I used, made the red and black, I used a solid red under the black, and I also used another time a solid black. So you could do either or. So, okay, so now we're going to look at this wreath, and you can see I'm kind of a little stingy with the fabric mesh at this point because You can get this fabric mesh at Craft Outlet in Trinity Tree. I don't know if the Wreath shop has it. If somebody knows if the Wreath shop has it, let me know in the comments. So that's the first layer, okay? So the first layer. It's like we're making a cake here, but we're not making a cake. We're making a flower. Another reason why I like this is I'm able to put this in a 20 by 20 by 6 box and then cut the box down to 4 inches in height. So when somebody from California purchases this, then it's a lot, I can actually send it priority, which is nice because I'm in Michigan. So I like that too. So, okay, so now let's talk about the second row, the middle row of our wreath. You're gonna use, so we put it on this ring here. Let's get one of these. So we put the first layer, or the outer edge, on this ring. So the second one, we're gonna put it on this ring, okay? So these are really the only 2 rings you're gonna use on this wreath. So at this point, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a white one here. I'm not gonna put any white ones on the actual crossbar. I'm going to put a white one on this side and a white one on this side, and then I'm going to put a black and white one in the middle. So let me show you what I'm talking about. So I put my 2 zip ties in, okay? So got a lot of you on here. Hey everybody. If you are having bad weather, tell me about it. Oh my goodness. I have snow and ice. Snow and then ice on top of it, and I was shoveling it a half an hour before I got on here. So here we have our petal, and we're going to attach it to the frame. And I kind of like the way the zip ties just kind of lay really nice, you know, and it's easy. So we're going to do our 1 petal there, and then I'm going to put 1 petal right here. So you're just going to bring it up, and you're going to put it to the side, and you can move these around, the petals underneath. You just want to make sure that when you attach it that it's about the same. It's not this, you don't want this one sticking out here and this one over here. You want it the same so that it looks all the same, you know, lengths. So to demonstrate what I'm doing is we're going to put 3 petals in between each set of brackets, okay? So I'm going to take another one of these and I'm going to put it right in between the 2 white ones. And I'm going to see if this mesh will come apart. And I'm going to line it. And at this point, if you don't want to line it, you don't have to line it. See how it works for you. Maybe you might have to use a little bit more fabric mesh in the middle. That's okay. Do what you want to do. Okay, so this is where I'm going to put this one, right in between. So, and like, as you can see, it's a lot more bulkier, and that's okay. You know, you just need some good zip ties. I think I got these on Amazon. I can't remember. I used to get them on eBay. So there's 1 set. So we're going to do this 3 times in each section. So we have 4 more to do here. So let's get busy. So is everybody talking about the weather now? Alberta, I cut these 10 inches by 10 inches. And it's kind of like you're making the regular sunflower, but we're just kind of attaching it to the frame differently. And when you attach it differently, it really does cut down on the actual time that you will spend arranging your flower. And I think I'm going the wrong direction. After I do this section, I'm going to go over here because I'm going the wrong direction. You never want to make your flower and kind of lay your hands on it or your arms, and I try to always avoid that. And right here, I'm kind of reaching over, so we're gonna go the other direction. And really, it's going, what, clockwise for me? I'm not sure what it looks like in the camera for you guys. It might be counterclockwise for you guys, but I'm not really sure. because you know how the live thing goes. Everything's kind of backwards. Oops, gotta twist that the right way. So I think we've had like 7 or 8 school days since January out of school. Each week they've had a snow day. And we had an ice storm last week, and we had another ice storm, you know, early this morning. So yeah, it's getting a little old. I'm ready for spring. That would be so lovely, wouldn't it? I know, I can't wish it away, but I can hope. So that groundhog better be right. You know, that groundhog, he saw a shadow, or he didn't see a shadow, and he's forecasting an early spring. I don't believe all that stuff. I'm sure it's not true, but you never know. So, okay, so I'm going to go back here. I'm going to get rid of some of this stuff kind of out of the way. And so we've done the 2 sets, and we're going to do the rest. I'm going to just get busy here and do it fast, if you guys don't mind. Because you guys, I appreciate you being here tonight. Take another one. Yes, Deb, I will show you the back when it's done. This actual wreath is really pretty neat when you're done with it, because the way I'm attaching the zip ties, it's really kind of neat. So you can just kind of lay them the way you want. I'm gonna cut them. Put another one right here. I always twist them. Get fabric mesh. That's when you do the fabric meshes in the middle. Now you guys, you know, if you wanted to do fabric mesh all the way around, you might use less petals because this is so bulky. You know, you might get away with like 2 petals in between each set of brackets. You know, so do what you want to do and make it your own. I am so impressed with the talent in my group, in Michelle's group. It's just, it blows me away. It's like, wow, I wish I would have thought of that. That's a wonderful idea, and you guys are amazing. I love it. I love what crafting can do for somebody. I love the fact that you can make something pretty, and you just kind of, you know, it's just, I think a lot of people do this for therapy, for you know, in the middle of the winter when it's so, the weather is just so harsh here. And, you know, you can make something pretty and it reminds you of spring. That's always a win-win for me. So, I don't know about you guys. Do you guys like to do crafting? Does it help calm you? Does it help just make life a little bit easier? Or, you know, what does it do for you? Yes, Kathy, of course, I've made some with all poly burlap. You don't have to use the fabric mesh. I am using the fabric mesh tonight because this is an order. And so we want to get that wonderful customer their wreath. And so what a better way to do it than to go live and show you guys. And I've been meaning to do that, and I've just been busy trying to fill orders that I've got to stop and say, okay, I need to go live. And again, I will post this on my YouTube channel. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, it's a great way to, if you want to make something, it's a little bit easier to find than to kind of go search through my videos on my Facebook page. And if you're not following my Facebook page, make sure you're following it, because the next one is the carrot. And I need to do that one. I need to get that one. Do you guys want to see a picture of the carrot? I can show it to you. It's right behind me. And that one, you'll be surprised at how cheaply you can make that carrot. It really is not going to cost you a lot of money at all. So, okay, so we're on our last one. Like I said, this has not taken me 3 hours to make. It does not take 3 hours to make a poly burlap flower wreath. It doesn't take it to make a sunflower wreath. It doesn't take it to make one of my good friend Trisha's wreaths. It does not take 3 hours. And as you can see, we're doing just fine. Oh, Debbie, I'm so sorry to hear of your husband. Yeah, I've been told that for many people, that it is wonderful therapy, you know. And yes, Connie, you need to stay out of trouble. Oh, but you're in Florida, Connie. I'm so jealous. Enjoying that weather. Okay. So we're going to cut these out of the way and put one last one, and then we will start on that middle section. Okay. Hi, Lee. It's my friend Lee's on watching me. I'm glad you're watching me tonight, Lee. So I'm just going to, you know, this is one that gets a little bit more bulky. I guess that's the only word I can use, bulky. So I'm going to put it here, and I'm going to attach it. Okay, I got it. Why can I not get it the zip tie? That's weird. So as you can see, it's really starting to take shape. You know, I'm not having to go through and redo anything. So that's kind of what I like. So at this point, I'm going to grab some more of these. We don't need this many. I'm going to take a drink, guys. My throat's hurting. All right, so now at this point, I'm going to find a spot, and it doesn't matter, you know, according to where this is, because it's all going to be the same look, the same petal. So if you look here, I'm kind of going probably about 1/2 inch from the end, maybe 3/4 of an inch from the end of a petal, okay? And we're going to start there. And we're going to do the fabric mesh with the white poly. And I think we're going to do 7 or 8 of these. I think that's what, I want to say 8 is what we need. Yep, Paula, it is 10 inches. And I'm going to just, based on where this one is, I'm going to put another zip tie through. My fabric mesh is off to the side here, now that we have a clear space. At the beginning, we did not. So, you're just going to line this up about the best you can get. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's just about making that petal. And maybe some of you already are making a petal like this, and if you are, you know, you're already beat me to it. Let's see here. I'm going to put another one in. Reach over here. I can't believe my kids have not bothered me yet, guys. So that's great. Oh, I'm sorry, Rebecca. I'm sorry. Am I losing connection, or is it maybe just your internet? That's what's bad. So this is the third one, and then I'm going to show you how to do that center, and then we will be done. And you don't have to do the same center I'm doing. You can do whatever you want. Do whatever you want, guys. Like I said, use your creativity. Maybe you have something. Honestly, I was using this because I had the stuff. I had the rope ribbon sitting around for like the longest time. I'm like, I need to use that. So I did. You know what? I'm going to use this side. And that's what I came up with. And I have another YouTube video. It was a live. It was called My Beach Sunflower Wreath. And I did that rope on an actual like foam disc that you get from Dollar Tree, which is great. But this I didn't need quite that big of a circle. to fill the spot. And you know what would be pretty too? If you wanted to, you could add another center layer of petals. You know, you don't have to do it just exactly the way Julie does it. You know, you could do another, and maybe that's something I should do sometime. So, if you're a wreath maker, do you have a wreath on your door? That's my question for you right now. I don't have a wreath on my door, guys. I don't know. I think I get to making wreaths and I'm like, I don't want to take the time to make myself something, and I should. I should, because my neighborhood, they need to see that I make wreaths, right? So that's 5. I think we're going to put 8. Yep, we're going to put 8 in here, I think. You are so welcome, Bonnie. I appreciate you taking the time to watch me tonight. I appreciate everybody that's taken the time to come on here and just spend the evening with me. And if we can all learn from each other, that makes it even better. You know? So, I need to make some more angel wings. Who's made angel wings? I did the Christmas tree tutorial, and we took that technique and we used it to make angel wings, and I need to make some and maybe do some blue flowers in it. But that is a tutorial that's in the Christmas tree group, that if you purchase the Christmas tree tutorial, you can learn how to make angel wings. And I'm honestly so touched by how many people who have made angel wings for their loved ones that they have lost. It's just an overwhelming thing for me to know that I've been able to be a part of people being able to express their love for their loved ones is amazing to me. And yeah, I didn't want it. It's the same technique as the Christmas tree tutorial, and I didn't want to make another tutorial and charge people for that one. I just figured I will just do a live in that group. So you get more than what you pay for, I guess, is my whole point. So we're going to put one more in here. And as you can see, it's not perfect. Does that look perfect? It's not perfect, but it's good enough. Flowers are not perfect. It's okay for things not to be perfect. Then I probably should be cutting all those off. But let me gotta pull over here and find another piece of mesh. So, all right, so in the flower middle that we're going to do tonight, and I'm just going to pull off that. You don't have to do it with this flower. You can put it with a different flower if you want. So if you just want to learn the middle technique, you know, that's okay. Yes, Janice, if you watched from the beginning, I did use the burner for this. So I'm going to take this, and as you can see, there's really no fluffing. I mean, everything is where it's supposed to be, and that's what I like about this. It's just, everything is laid. I mean, you might want to bring it up a little bit to give it a little bit more volume, but there it is. I think that's just really pretty. I love the look of it. I love the look of the buffalo plaid. I'm going to pull this out. So that's what we got so far. So now let's work on the middle. And what we're going to do is I'm going to show you how to make this middle, and then we will attach this middle in a minute. But we're going to move this to the side, and I'm going to get my hot glue gun here. Oh, I just dropped my big scissors. So let me get some more glue sticks, because you're going to need some glue sticks. And okay, let me show you what I'm using, just to kind of show you, to give you an idea when you go to the store. Okay, so we did this at the beginning. 2 pieces of felt. I used the smaller frame just as a guide, about a 4.5 inch diameter. Let's see, I got a piece of wire. That's important. And then I'm going to put on these little finger things. Have you guys used these? These are great because inevitably I always burn myself. It just happens. It's just going to happen. It's going to happen. So we're going to use this tonight because I think this can be seen better on camera, but this is not what we're going to put on this wreath because the colors are not going to match. But what I used earlier was the black. This is a 5/8 inch by 15 foot rope. Like, it's really like a cording, but it's found in the Hobby Lobby ribbon section. And buy this when this is 50% off. Don't pay $10 for this. I mean, if it's not on sale this week, it's going to be on sale next week. So that's going to be good. So you can even do a red one. I don't know. I'm going to do a red one eventually. So we're just going to take that apart. So what I want to do is I want to put my wire. Where's my wire? Okay. This is just, I think it's like a 22 gauge long piece of wire. Can you guys even see that? So I'm going to take my really sharp scissors and I'm going to poke a hole. And it's kind of harder now because I let this really dry. See, I went through. I'm going to poke a hole there and I'm going to poke a hole here. There we go. And then I'm going to run my wire through that hole. Okay. It's a little bit harder. I usually put the wire, I usually make this hole, yeah, just need to make it bigger. When the glue is still drying. But the glue is already dried because I did this before we started the wreath, and now it doesn't want to go through. Okay, I got it to go through. So I'm just going to put it through, and this is going to be the base for our middle. Come on. When you're live, this is when nothing goes off right, you know? I've got how many people watching me and it doesn't want to work. Okay, let's try this one more time. Why don't we? Make the hole bigger, Julie. Okay, so let's make it go in. There we go. It went through. So you're just going to pull it, okay? And I'm just going to lay it out like that. And I'm going to flip it over. At this point, it's when I'm going to be safe and cautious. But, you know, you're going to watch me and I'm probably still going to get myself here, okay? So I'm going to take some of this. I'm going to cut off the part with tape, and I dropped my scissors on the floor because I want to get this tape off. And making one this size, I think you could get about 3 of these. So this is going to be the whole part where it's like watching glue dry. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to watch glue dry, guys. Isn't that exciting? But you're going to kind of, this is the base. This is what you're going to start. So it's really important that this be right. Okay? And I'm really using my muscles here. And I'm going to just kind of hold this in the middle. Now, can you see what I'm doing here? I can't really lift it up for you right now. But as you can see, I have it, I'm going to push it in. And I have it holding right here, and I have the cut side underneath here. This is, I see a little piece, but it's not, I'm just going to cut that. Okay. And we're just going to hold it, and I'm going to look at your comments. Okay, I got these off of Amazon, but yes, there are these little fingers. I think they're pink, and I think they're either in the back. I want to say the back of the store or by like the Sewing Notions. I'm not right. I'm not sure, I guess is what I should say. If you know, leave it in the comments. So I need more glue, guys. We need more glue. And I love my glue gun. I got this at AC Moore. I use a coupon. It is the Sure Bonder High Temp glue gun. It is cordless. As you can see, it's plugged in, and I love it. So I'm keeping my fingers on the middle section, and we're just gonna go for this because we'll be here all night waiting for glue to dry, and that's no fun. All right, so I'm kind of wrapping this around at kind of like a 45-degree angle. Okay, and I'm gonna get my big fingers out of the way here in a moment so that you can see it. And honestly, I'm a little off-centered of the center, but we'll be able to fix that. That's okay. So yes, Stacy, this is at the beginning of this video. I showed you how to make the base, and I did that so that the glue would get set up and ready to go. So as you can see, I'm just making putting more glue on there, and I'm just wrapping it around. Okay. Can you see that? I'm going to try to pick this up. See what that's doing? I think you could see that better than if I was to show you how to do this with a black, because I want you to see what I'm doing. Because honestly, as I'm sitting here, or as I was sitting here earlier this afternoon with the black, it was hard for me to see. And the important thing is to make sure you get your glue and keep it covered. You don't want the glue to sneak up on you, and sometimes it will. But you're just going to keep holding on to this. So I'm going to move this out of the way so I don't get the wire. Let's move it just a little bit. And we're going to keep going. And honestly, you could make this as big as you want it. You could use any kind of, you could use pearls. You could use, what is that? It's not tapestry trim, or like, you know, the trim that you can get where the upholstery fabric is at like Joann's and stuff. You could use something like that and do this with it. They've got really pretty cording. That can get a little pricey, so I think that's one of the reasons why I haven't done it yet. And I try to keep my costs down as much because I'm a businesswoman and I want to make money. And you should want, if you're selling them, you should want to make some money too. So, and at this point, some of my ribbon looks like, and I'm just going to go a little bit farther there, is more at a straight up and down. But you can do it any way you want. If you want this more laying down so that you can see the braiding better, you can do that too. Thank you, Melissa. She's making sure everybody knows what's going on. Checking those comments for me. Okay, so we're getting to it. It'll go pretty fast. Like right here, it's picking up the felt. It's getting late, guys. What time is it? Hi, Deb. Thanks for joining us tonight. If you're on YouTube, this is a recorded live from my Facebook page called Julie's Wreath Boutique, just the same as the YouTube channel name. Okay, isn't that pretty? I just love that. Can you guys see that? I just love the way that looks. And I've had a lot of people really get drawn in by the center and want to watch the video I did a long time ago for the bigger one, the bigger version of it, I should say. So at this point, as you can see, I'm kind of done here with my disc that I've made. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually put glue on the roping and try not to burn myself. I'm going to try, okay? And then we'll be done with this, and then I'll show you how to put the black one on. Just going to keep going. And you're just going to eyeball it. Like, as you can see, I did this a little off-centered, but that's okay. We're going to keep going with this rope. And I need to get a new cutting mat. I think Walmart is the best deal for cutting mats. What do you guys think? It's where I got this one, but I guess I work a lot on it, so you can see it. Put some more. And you're just pulling it pretty tight. That's the whole point. Pull it really tight. Okay, I got glue on my mat there. All right. We're just putting glue more on the rope than we, you know, because we're done with the felt disc that I made. Okay, so I'm getting glue on my mat here, which isn't good. Okay, so how am I going to end this? I'm going to look at this and see how much farther I want to go with it. So I think I'm going to go to about right here. So I'm going to cut it. I'm going to cut it about right there. Just need some good heavy-duty scissors. It's going to take you a little bit to cut this. Okay. Pull that extra glue. Alrighty. Put some more glue here. And then we're going to wrap this around to the back, okay? Like that. So we want that to be what the look is. So by doing that, and it's very important not to have this in the wrong spot because I got to have that up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit of glue on the back here. And put some glue in between. Make sure it all lays just right. All right, so that is how you make the center. All right, I'm going to put this to the side because I think I can just lay it on it. But that is the center method that I used, okay? This to the side, take off my little fingertips. I'll clean that later. Okay, so let's get this done. All right, so I made this earlier in the day. And trying to pull off, sometimes you get a little bit of glue. Here is a little trick, guys. If you're using the black and a little bit of glue sticks up, take a black Sharpie and you can just go through and just get those glue spots if you see any, okay? But what black does do, it shows lint really well, so that's kind of irritating. But so you're just going to take your 2 wires now, and I'm just going to stick it down in the center of my flower. Okay, pull it, pull it, pull it. There we go. And you're just going to kind of move it around to where you get it, where you like it. Like I said, there's like lint on this. I'm going to turn it around, and I'm just going to twist it. And I think Deb asked if we could show you the back of the wreath, and this is the back of the wreath. And like I said, it's really clean. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut these off right here. And then I'm going to just go and I'm going to push them through the wreath, the canvas. And I will put a piece of white felt behind. That's what I do. I know some people don't like to do that. But if you didn't want to do it on this wreath, you really wouldn't have to because it's so neat on the back. And so that got a little flat. So let's just pull our petals out a little bit. But that's it, guys. That's all it takes. I don't know how long I've been on here tonight. But that is the new petal that I have been using. I have been loving, and what do you guys think? I have a lot of new mesh. Oh, it's not down here. I'm trying to think. I've got, it's upstairs. I have some pink and white buffalo check. I have some yellow and white buffalo check. I think I even have some turquoise and white. I'm not sure. Trendy Tree had a lot of colors. So check out trendytree.com. Make sure to join Wreath Creators and More if you're interested in buying if you want to learn how to make the angel wings, which is really popular right now, go to my Etsy shop, julieswreathboutique.etsy.com, and purchase the Christmas tree tutorial and join my private group to see that live in that group. So have a wonderful evening, everybody, and I hope that you stay warm. And we will see you next time. Do you guys want to see the carrot? I was supposed to show you the carrot. Does anybody want to see the carrot? So, let me get the carrot real quick. This is the carrot. Does anybody want to see this? Okay, I almost forgot about showing you the carrot. Alright, I'm going to be bold here, and I'm going to tell you that I'm going to try to do this Thursday night. I really think it's cute. It doesn't cost a lot of money. And honestly, other than like this poly burlap, you don't have to use poly burlap in it. You can use all mesh if you want to use the mesh. This is all the 10-inch mesh, raffia, felt by the yard, and you need plastic canvas. So anyways, this is very inexpensive to make. So it's just going to take you some time to make it. So I'm going to try to do Thursday, okay? And be patient with me, and hopefully we can get that done. We will see. Hoping for Thursday. But I will see you guys later, okay? Have a wonderful evening, and let me see what you make on Wreath Creators and More. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.